No, I got to lean in.
What is up? Hello, hello, hello. I am falling apart over here trying to get my stuff together. Hey, Danny.
Hi,
Hi. It's been a minute since we've been on together. Look
I
at
am.
this.
They are
Look
in for
at us.
they're in
Happy
for a
New
treat
Year.
tonight, darling.
Listen, we are ready. We are ready. We got a lot to talk about. Uh, you guys, welcome to the lean. It's my first lean of 2025. Danny, have you been on a panel since we got into the new year?
I hosted last week's.
Oh, well, I was in the throes of a manic state due to this new job that I've got. So sorry that I missed it. Uh,
It's okay. You're here today.
but
That's what
we
matters.
are here today, barely by the grace of God. But I am glad that I have you on with me. Let me get my notes and everything together. Thank you guys
Are
for
you
bearing
saying
with
you're
us.
okay with Cortez, Chase, and Love being gone today?
Um, they're going
I'm
through a
just
lot. Everybody's going through a lot.
listen.
But no, I do want to say really quick, as you guys know, Cortez and Love are based out of LA. And so with everything that's been going on the last week or so with these fires, you guys, they're safe, their homes are safe, but it's still a very contentious area. Everybody is kind of stressed out, trying to figure out. We know we've got some viewers out there. So to anybody who is watching, stay safe, stay healthy. You guys, if you can, go and leave Cortez and some love. Let them know that they are thinking about them. And then to Chase, he is also out tonight dealing with some personal matters. So you guys just send good vibes all around. I know that you guys see us laughing, cutting up, really not taking anything serious on this channel. But every now and then, life pops up and reminds you that
Ooh, she
sometimes,
waxed you in the face, baby.
sometimes,
We be
this
like
shit ain't a
this.
joke. Sometimes this shit ain't a joke. But we are going to go ahead and start the show. I am very, very happy to be back hosting, and I'm very happy to be here with Danny. This season has actually been very, very good of Housewives, and this episode was a blast watching these ladies spiral out of control, particularly Dorit and Kyle. So, let's go ahead and get right into it before we start. Danny is going to be running the comment section. So you guys keep it cute, or you know that he's going to put you on blast. But also, feel free, like and share this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to it. We know we are about halfway through Beverly Hills. Salt Lake City's finale is tonight. I will be hosting tomorrow. And then we've got a three-part reunion. Potomac is wrapping up. We've got what's coming back. New York is wrapping up, and then we've got
Um,
Jersey ain't coming back.
Atlanta should be coming back like around May.
Atlanta should be coming back anytime soon, and then I feel like there's one more franchise that we forgot about, but it's okay. We'll deal with that when we deal with
Only
that.
other one is yeah, that had even started filming. Normally Jersey would have been coming back around soon.
That's true. All right. Well, we survived. All right. So we pick up right where we left off. Kyle and Dorit are losing their minds at each other, screaming in them People's Fine restaurant.
Oh,
Screaming at the top of their lungs, by the way. Danny, I find it very, very interesting. Mello, if you're watching, this is for you.
oh, Jamie,
Uh,
real quick. That was Miami. The other
oh,
one's coming back. Zeta just reminded me.
Miami, yes, thank you so much, Zeta. And Miami is going to be good. There is so much stuff happening over there in that city. Dr. Nicole is gone,
Oh,
but the rest of the cast is there. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Thank you, Zeta. Back to the subject at hand. Mello, if you're watching, and I know you do, this is for you. I find it very interesting how Sutton uh, can raise her voice, and some of the women and viewers make a federal case about it. Like she's unhinged, like she's completely out of tune with how to talk to people. They drag her left and right. But here we've got Kyle and Dorit literally lunging at each other, standing up, screaming, pointing fingers. And the only people that I've seen who seem to be upset about this are the ladies that they are with. Not so much as a peep about Dorit acting like a feral mountain lion, not so much a peep about Kyle being a lesbian. So, like, I just am saying, like, the something in the milk ain't clean. And is it a coincidence? I ask you. Well, they both say, I ask you. They both say that they're done with each other, and I'm like, please, God, be done with this fight as well. Kyle thought they were in a better place. She said Dorit is faking about being angry because she knows for a fact Dorit really is not as angry as she's letting on. Garcelle tries to smooth things over or puts her producer hat on. Two things can be true. She asked Dorit, before we got sidetracked, you were talking about your relationship with PK. How are things with you? Are you okay? Knowing damn well she don't fool with that lady.
I had cackled.
I cackled because Dorit also clocked it. Dorit laughs at her face and is like, "Ha, oh, are you being serious? Why are you all of a sudden caring about how?" And Garcelle says, "Oh, am I next? Am I next?" Dorit gets up, storms up out of the restaurant with Erica in tow. And Garcelle is like, did I say something wrong? Bose jumps in and tries to defend Dorit yet again. I love me some Bose, but I'm genuinely becoming confused as to how Bose is taking everything Dorit is saying like as gospel. She seems to know a couple of other ladies better than Dorit, but it's like I understand it's admirable. She wants to give Dorit the benefit of the doubt, but it's like she's literally dismissing what everybody else is saying as context and giving her a little bit of backstory. And she's just kind of backing up Dorit 100% as like being bullied and this poor victim of people unfairly coming at her. Danny, what did you just rolled your eyes when I brought up Bose
Well,
defending Dorit?
I know you weren't here last week, but we said that it's almost like how some housewives come on the show and they're like, I haven't watched any previous seasons.
Yeah,
We really
which
think
they're
that's the case.
lying.
We really think that's the case with Bose because otherwise she wouldn't be so on Dorit's side, like just
Yeah,
blindly. I think she would understand that it's both. Both can be equally wrong here in certain
yeah.
in some of the instances. So it just looks like if I was new, didn't know anything, and I just started watching Beverly Hills today, I too would probably think that Dorit is being ganged up on
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
didn't know any better. So I think that's what Bose sees, and maybe she doesn't like seeing that. So I'm hoping that that's the reason why. I don't know anybody who would willingly want to back Dorit or be her actual friend, but I did appreciate that, and I put it up here on the screen because while Kyle is not my favorite person, Kyle did not back down or blink for
Yeah.
1 second when Dorit was acting and saving her job by screaming, trying to save her job by screaming in the first chair. So, my favorite, even throughout all the yelling, my favorite moment was Garcelle's.
She said, "How are you, really?"
Oh my
And that
God, you got sidetracked. You got what are you doing for real?
I love it. It is to me it felt like the equivalent of, "Is everything okay at home?" Like you say that to get somebody like pissed off. Um, I have to say, I agree with what y'all's assumption is about Bose. And it's one of those things where, like, even if you hadn't watched it and you come in and you're seeing this, I can understand thinking that Dorit's being ganged up on and wanting kind of to take her side. But even in that instance, you would be like, "Hey, I'm obviously missing some context.
She ain't trying
That
to hear.
I can feel these dynamics are very weird. Can you?" And she's known Sutton for a while. So I understand Sutton grates on people's nerves. The lady is annoying. I absolutely get it. But if my friend who I've known and I see on the show is kind of acting this way, I'm gonna ask and be like, "Yo, what am I missing? Like,
Yeah.
there's something going on with y'all. And I do I need to get brought up to speed before I look like an
I,
ass on TV?"
and I do want to say this to Sass's comment, and I think I may have used the wrong term, Sass. I don't necessarily
Yeah.
mean ganged up, but at different
Dorit
times,
feels like.
someone always having like going at it, whether it's Sutton going at it with Dorit, whether it's Dorit saying a smart comment with a smart exchange with Garcelle, whether it's Dorit and Kyle. So I think she feels that, as she has said, that Dorit is on an island all by herself. Maybe ganged up wasn't the wrong word because it's not all happening at the same time in the same moment. So that probably wasn't the right word. Ganged up on.
But, well, I mean, she Bose, I think, has used that before, thinking like, everybody's ganging up on her. She's kind of fighting for herself. In my instance, if I see a woman who is acting one way with me, and then I get in these situations and she literally has a problem with everybody in this group at one point or another, my first question would be, which one
But
is is
there's
is,
also
is the
Erica
real?
there. But there's also
Yeah,
Erica there who isn't really having an outright issue with anybody.
yeah,
When her, Dorit, and Bose are together,
yeah,
Erica's almost backing up Dorit. So it's like Bose is actually believing everything Dorit is saying because she
yeah,
has someone who seems to be neutral
yeah,
on her side and backing her up and having her
yeah.
back.
Sass, I appreciate this, but No, she actually knows Sutton. If you see the very first episode, Sutton says, Bose and I run in the same circles. She's great. She's this. We hang out. We have lunch. If you remember that very first group scene together, Bose came up and hugged Sutton. How have you been? What's going on? She's hugged Jennifer Tilly. What's going on? It's so good to see you. That tells me that and Jennifer Tilly knows of Bose's last relationship. So Bose is deep in a friendship with Tilly and with Sutton. And it struck me as weird as like, you're going to tell your friend that, like, hey, you're weaponizing blah, 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 and you're being a bully. That's like, hey, I wouldn't have done that to my friend. But still no love lost there, I guess, obviously between Dorit and Sutton. Bose is still great addition. I think she's coming in as a housewife. She's doing it very tastefully. She's making her stamp. There's just little things that I'm like, and probably because we've all watched Dorit over the last 8 seasons. So we've got 8 years of Dorit destroying all goodwill that we have for her. Uh, so you'll get there, Bose. Just hang on. All right. Well, next we have Sutton and Kyle meet up. Kyle was still bitching about Dorit. She says something to the effect of like, Dorit's talking about my veins popping out of my head. And let me tell you, Sutton, that has never happened before. It hasn't happened. You know, the last time it happened, Camille Grammer. And they flash back to like season 1. And I'm like, Kyle, you yell every single year at somebody. You've yelled at your sister. You've yelled at Yolanda. You've yelled at Camille. You've yelled at Brett. Like, you literally, this is your thing. So, like, what do you mean your veins never pop out of your head? So she's lying. She lies a lot in her sleep. Um, Sutton says in her confessional that Kyle has a problem with anybody standing up to her, and she's 100% right. She says
Mhm.
that Dorit has been sheepish for years and isn't taking it in anymore. I also agreed there. Dorit has kind of hit her wall with Kyle and is giving her back what should have been given to her years and years ago.
Yeah,
Garcelle joins them for tennis. Kyle is continuing to yell about Dorit making her veins pop out of their head. Then they play tennis, and Garcelle is conveniently like, "Oh my god, I hurt my arm. I can't do this,"
oh my
because
god.
she just wants to sit. She wants to stay behind and just drink and watch the ladies, which I thought was fun. After that, they kind of talk turns to the texting situation that Kyle has with PK. Both Garcelle and Sutton say that they wouldn't like if they experienced the same thing. So I can appreciate, how we said at the beginning of the season, we thought it was weird that Sutton was attaching herself to Kyle and trying to do things, and Garcelle was too. I can appreciate that through this season so far. Both of them have told Dorit and Kyle what they do not appreciate about how they act. Multiple times, Sutton has said, Dorit has iced me out. Kyle hasn't talked to me for months. Like, I've been on the receiving end. So far, they're playing pretty fair. And that's their producer hat. They're trying to keep these ladies fighting for as long as they can. Um, Let me see. Kyle says, well, I can understand, Garcelle, how you would feel, but it was kind of a different situation. You had some infidelity. And Garcelle is like, well, no, it's a very similar situation. And Sutton, taking a big swig of her vodka, is like, well, Kyle, you had infidelity
Infidelity
too.
too.
You had infidelity. And Kyle said, huh? What? Playing completely stupid. And we get in a confessional. Garcelle is like, baby, no, no. That's the elephant in the room. That's the big secret that we just don't talk about. We get
Mhm.
flashbacks to Kyle admitting about some infidelity, but also this has been talked about for the last 15 seasons. LVP has brought up Mauricio's cheating. Kyle has alluded to that last season. Mauricio even said, I'm glad it's not me this time. Like, Kyle's sitting there like, no, 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 no. Sutton finally gets a hit and was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, you
Different
tell.
situations. Different situations. Kyle then takes the opportunity to immediately change the subject. Um, and Sutton then asks, like, okay, well, are you sure that all that's going on is memes? Lyle decides to stutter and is like, well, it's mostly memes, but we do talk about stuff, but like, we don't ever talk about the divorce. She quickly wraps up this awkward combo by saying she doesn't want to be around Dorit because Dorit is not the same person that she knew years ago. Danny, who do you believe, Kyle or Sutton?
Sutton.
Who do you think cheated first, Kyle or Mo?
Mo.
When do you think he cheated? On their wedding night? Or did he wait a couple of years?
Before he proposed to her.
As much as he can. um, Anything else that you want to add to this little
No,
package before we move on? All right.
I would gladly move on from this cat fight, baby.
Absolutely. So now we swap over to Dorit and Erica. They're shopping for Erica's new place. And I got to say, I'm enjoying Erica this season. I enjoy a much more subdued Erica. She is giving me Erica of her first couple of seasons. She's in it. She's giving her advice, but like, baby, no, no. That's not my business to talk about. The only thing that I don't like is Erica absolutely does give her opinion, but not to the people whose face that she's in, which is a little bit odd for Erica because Erica before has never had an issue with telling somebody what's going on. Erica's playing it a little like confessional gangster, a little one-on-one gangster with Dorit, because she sure has a lot to say about Sutton. She has a lot to say about Garcelle, but none of that is actually popping up whenever she's around the other ladies. Dorit talks about the support that she's been getting from both Bose and Erica. We get a little flashback to the day before where Bose is telling them that Sutton finds Bose and Dorit's budding friendship a little weird, as does everybody. And then she and Erica decide to drag Sutton and laugh at her. And Dorit is saying, this is an argument I would have had when I was in kindergarten. Like, Sutton needs to grow up. Like, I'm not going to do this. And I had to pause because I was like,
A lot of the stuff she's done over the years is stuff that is juvenile.
I said Dorit has whined about Kyle's friendship with Teddy. She has whined about Kyle's friendship with LVP. If my memory serves me correct, she has whined about Kyle's friendship with Erica at one point. Erica, if you remember that trip,
She
literally
was
sat
whining
there and
about
was like,
not being close last season.
last season, she didn't have it was Lisa Rinna was her only friend. Erica whined about Kyle's friendship with Teddy. And it's like these ladies forget that all of the stuff that they're complaining about Sutton or Garcelle doing now, these ladies have 10 years worth of that shit under their belt. And it's like the stupid ass fans go with it and take it as gospel. And I'm like, y'all don't remember the fucking season of Loosey Goosey Apple Juicy or whatever? Like, these ladies were insufferable to each other and to LVP. And like, y'all are mad because Sutton's like, hey, you're mad at your divorce, not me. Like, I don't understand this. What are your thoughts on this little scene?
I just can't wait because if I was Erica, I would have been just having no comment about everything and being sweet as pie to everybody because Tom's trial is coming up. And stuff is about to be coming out about you, and you're not going to have anybody but Dorit, who is also going to turn around and start talking about you too.
That's my thing. I'm like,
that's going to be how Kyle and Dorit make up.
It's almost like Erica forgets that last season Dorit was in the confessionals, or the last 2 seasons, 3 seasons, was in the confessionals asking about the trial. She even asked about the trial on the cameras. Like, for that instance, she was on Sutton's side. Now, granted, she was like, I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm not going to get dragged by Erica. But it's like, Erica, you watched the season. So I don't understand. Like, this lady turncoats on you. And now, because you don't have any other allies, you're kind of like co-signing everything that she's saying. It's a little bit odd to me, but this is how these Housewives things go. You end up with the Fox Force 5, and the only thing you have left is Erica and
yeah.
Dorit.
What I will say, though, is honestly, I'm enjoying Erica a little bit more in the sense that, she's not being annoying to me. But I am so tired of decorating storyline. I get up and go to the kitchen every time.
Like, in between seasons, you had your own special where you were in Vegas. Why are we not discussing the Vegas? And it's because Sutton was right. The seats were going for $1 a piece. And nobody came to your show. Like, there are so many things you could be talking about, but now there's a decorating. And the guy that's the decorator is an insufferable little sissy. I cannot stand him. And I haven't been able to stand it for years.
And I know that we joke about Erica's new house being small like a shack, but that's because she degrades it like that. She dummies down. She downplays her location. So to me, it's just like I'm going along with what she said. You say you live in a shack? Well, it's a shack, baby. Turn around and you see the whole house in one turn.
And the thing is, it's a cute little casita. Like, it's cute. It's just Erica. She ain't got no kids. She doesn't have a living maid. Like, I don't understand what you need. Tom was essentially broke at the end of it. I understand you're humbled. You went from living to where that you were at. but you're
But
still
she's
living
still doing
better
better than most
than
people.
than a lot of
She's doing better
people
than me.
that are living in boots because my little 725 square foot like Erica, okay, I get it. Well, Bose is going into surgery for fibroids, and I have to say, like, she is the what number of housewife that has had let me be more specific. Black housewife that has had to have surgery on fibroids. And so then like if somebody can tell me like what are the stats for black women with fibroids, because it seems like this is a reoccurring thing amongst the black housewives across any franchises. It is a little concerning to me because none of the white housewives are talking about fibroids. And so like I don't know enough about them to be able to like give. But if I remember, I think Cynthia was the first one to do this.
That was Fibroid Fanny, baby.
Yeah. And Bose is talking about like she has like 10 plus fibroids. And I'm like, my God. And so her finance man comes over to help her prepare. She's doing the surgery because she does want the option to have children with him. They're both in their late 40s. I think she said he was what, 48. He doesn't have
Yeah.
any kids, doesn't have anything. And I'm like, that's kind of a red flag, but okay. Um, so yeah, they're on the way to the hospital. She wants to have kids. And I was like, I don't want to be the one to tell her, but like, even without the fibroids, you 48. And I need y'all to
Janet
parse your
Jackson did.
expectations.
Janet Jackson
Very,
did.
that's true. But also, Janet Jackson canceled everything and said, I'm right here. Y'all not getting me moved. But it is, once you're in your 40s, pregnancy is a very risky endeavor, unless
Yeah.
you have the access to money that Miss Janet has, and obviously multimillionaire Bose has. So good for her. We fast forward to 4 hours later. Bose is coming home. It kind of wastes no time popping up and making sure Bose doesn't think she's insufferable. And this is going to be easy because Bose is high as a kite off some pain meds.
Ooh.
So I do love that Bose went to her doctor's appointment without glam, got out of the car without glam, and then immediately we see her glam, full face of makeup, hair done. I was like, absolutely. She said, "This is what we're doing. If you're getting me on camera,
Yep.
I'm gonna be dolled up."
I'm gonna give you a
Um,
little bit real. I'm gonna give you a little bit real quick,
a
but
little bit real quick. Um, so Kyle is sitting there talking about all of her stuff, and Bose isn't stupid. And it's this scene that I kind of wish that Bose applied this to all of the housewives, because in her confessional, Bose says Kyle has to, she's remarking that I don't understand why Kyle is here unless she's trying to, get me on her side or persuade me to listen to her side of the story and blah blah. So she's giving again like, hey, these people have their own agendas. I'm gonna listen with an open mind, but I don't like we'll see what comes of this. But then with Dorit, she's like, absolutely. One of those women did slash the tires on your car and
yeah.
kidnap your child. Absolutely. They kidnapped your child. You have every right to be mad. Like it's she's not applying this everywhere. Um, but Kyle pleads her case in regards to the texting. Bo says that Kyle and Dorit just see each other in different lights. And actually, this was very, very true. I thought. She said Dorit views Kyle as her best friend, and Kyle views Dorit as one of her best friends, which makes Kyle's comments of, well, Dorit and I were friends, but we're not that close. And I know that being said, I know that hurt Dorit's feelings, which is why
It
she's
would hurt
acting out.
mine if I thought somebody was my best friend and I'm the only
Yep.
one thinking it, and they said it. It would hurt my feelings. On that, I am on the Reed side.
Yeah. And it's that makes sense because I absolutely am one of those people that as I've gotten older, my friend circle has gotten smaller. And I'm a Leo. I'm very emotional. I lead with my heart. So whether I'm dating you or whether you're my friend, like in my mind, it's like you ain't got no other friends, right? Like we just kicking it with us. But that's unrealistic to expect. So just because my circle is small does not mean that people in my circle don't also have larger circles. And that's something that I've had to grow up a little bit
But
and accept.
but I also feel that in private, Kyle has absolutely referred to Dorit as her best friend, to Dorit.
Well, Dorit was her best friend while it was convenient for Kyle.
Yeah.
While Kyle had three other women on her side and she was the monopoly. And now that they're gone, we see Kyle has never hung out with Garcelle this much in all the 5 seasons Garcelle has been on. Kyle has not attacked Sutton once. And Sutton's really gone for her a couple of times. Been a little shady.
Brenda would be eating Dorit up right now.
Yep. Yep. So Kyle Kyle says that, I agree with that, but I don't view Dorit as one of my best friends because Dorit doesn't share anything with me. She doesn't tell me intimate details. And we get a flashback of Dorit actually telling Kyle intimate details. So Kyle is a liar, and even Bose is like, the math doesn't math. 2 plus 2 is equaling 8, and I don't know how we got here. Um, Kyle now is in full like defensive mode. She was like, "Well, Dorit seems to be mad at me about a text, but it's funny. Only manipulative people would think that I'm being manipulative." And Bose is sitting there like, "Girl, I didn't even say nothing about manipulation. You
Tell her
really
like yourself, baby.
listen." She is looking like she wanted to call producers and be like, "I need y'all to set me up with Garcelle because I'm not filming with these
Mhm.
white ladies anymore. I can't do this." Um, Her last piece of confessional, like gold, she clocks Kyle and says, Hit Dog's hollering right now. Kyle is hollering. So, what did you think of this little package?
I was kind of, Bo's entertained me obviously in this scene, but I was like, get just exasperated with Kyle. It was just like, girl, you are not helping yourself at all anytime you speak.
Yep.
She is not making a good case for herself. All she's doing is laying the groundwork for her lies to be exposed later on.
Mm.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Mm. And that ain't none of my business. I cannot wait. And I hope cameras are up for that. So the ladies are all, really quick. Sasuke, we've talked about this numerous times on the show over the years, particularly I think the first season that Garcelle stepped on because Garcelle was the first black housewife of Beverly Hills. And that was season 11, I want to say, because this is her fifth or fourth season.
Yeah, I think it was 11.
11. It's been a lot of conversation about this. So, a lot of people on Twitter and social media are like, well, it doesn't have to be racist because she has a friend. And it's like, it's very easy to say that when you have the same mindset. But for those of us who are watching this,
James.
for them to see Garcelle was embraced in a completely different manner than Dorit has been embracing Bose. Dorit was not friendly with Garcelle in any way, shape, or form. Did not try to cozy up to her. Did not try to get to know her. None of the ladies really did, except Sutton. And so now you want to know why we're suspicious. It's like, well, this in all of the parties that Dorit has thrown, I haven't seen a single person of color that wasn't serving some hors d'oeuvres. So I mean, I'm confused. I'm confused and I'm suspicious. So thank you for this point, Sasuke, because you are absolutely right. Social media tends to forget that we've seen what's been going on. The closest thing to a person of color that anybody's had on the show is uh um Faye. And I don't even know what ethnicity she
And that's
is.
because she had a tan.
I just know she a little brown.
She left that tanning tan
She's at
spray.
the daddy salon. So the ladies all gather at Sutton's place. Sutton's got her badass dogs running around all over the place, and it seems like every time we go to Sutton's house, there's one more dog that I never saw, and there was like 4 or 5 in the picture. I'm like, this is too much. I know you're too drunk right now to clean up after these dogs. Put them in a room. Like, let's do something. Um, they're planning a surprise party for Erica, and honestly, I couldn't tell if this was condescending and Sutton throwing shade, or if this was like genuinely nice. So Sutton remarks that Erica has been complaining to anybody who will listen about not having a pizza party when she was going through a hard time. And we get a package of like 6 times of Erica's like, I want a pizza party. Y'all didn't throw me a pizza party. Nobody celebrated my pizza party. And in my mind, I was like, well, that's because you were embezzling. And and Dorit got dumped by an alcoholic. So like one of these things is not like the other, Ms. Girardi,
Well, it was
allegedly.
party, right? Not Dorit.
The what?
Wasn't it Kyle who got the
Oh,
pizza party?
Kyle got a pizza party. That's right. That's right.
I was like,
Sorry.
wait, did I miss the scene?
Well, Kyle got also dumped by her husband, who's up
And,
there,
and her lesbian.
and the lesbo. God damn, you're down bad, Kyle. Be a nun. Um, Sutton is concerned that Erica was not getting the pizza party. She's complaining about it. So this gave very much like, girl, come on, get this pizza. Damn. Like, let's go. So they get in the car. Sutton and Garcelle are already sipping from red solo cups. And they're tipsy. They cackling. Kyle's like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. And this is why I love the two of them, because it's gonna be them having a good time regardless. Um, They show up at Erica's little casita. It's cute. I like the little yard. She's got a lemon
I love
tree.
the lemons.
I love them big ass lemons too. Very Shannon Bedore coated. Erica is suspicious because she's like, I don't fuck with two of y'all, so I don't know why you're at my home. She says that she was only suspecting Kyle, and the three of them show up. Um, I'm really enjoying Sutton and Garcelle. Like their goal this year is to annoy their cast members as much as possible because the way they busted up at Erica's house, just like, hey girl, it's me. What you got going on? Go put on some shoes. Um, Operation Placate Erica is in full effect. They blindfold her. They're going to go take her for some pizza. They finally arrive at the destination. And it is legitimately a Chuck E. Cheese.
I thought it was cute.
I thought, look, the head ass in me, if my friends or the person that I was dating like took me to a Chuck E. Cheese, I'd be like, you know me so well. This is great. Let's play some games and eat some cardboard pizza, and I'm fine. Like, I don't have the money. I'm living in a pool house. Like, absolutely. Let's go to Chuck E. Cheese. Um, so this little montage of them playing games and stuff, this was actually really, really cute. Like I enjoyed this little package. Sutton is giving Erica her flowers about how she turned her situation around. I'm like, Sutton, right message, wrong
She
message,
gonna cuss. She gonna
baby.
cuss her out next episode.
She gonna
She gonna call
cuss
her
you
poor
out.
next episode. So,
She's like, I'm so proud that you were doing the best with what you got. That is admirable. Erica thanks her and acknowledges that while like the situation is not ideal that she's in, she is also very proud of herself for making shit work. Erica said that she doesn't want to remarry. Sutton kind of agrees. She says never say never, but right now she's focused on her business and just her friendships and whatever. And of course, you don't want to remarry because the alimony is going to stop. And if I was getting $33,000 a month, you want to marry? No, I'm good. For what? For
yeah,
what? What did you think of the Chuck E. Cheese?
I thought it was nice. Again, Garcelle had my favorite moment there when she took Eric. She was telling Kyle, "If you want to be a lesbian, be a lesbian." Of course, in this scene too, we also had the bombshell of Kyle showing the text message,
Mm.
where she clearly tells PK, I don't ever
Hey,
share
Kai.
you tell me. And
Mm.
so if I don't share anything you tell me, what's the problem with me sharing memes if that's all we're talking about? So obviously you have talked about Dorito.
A lot. A
So
lot.
and Kyle to me is a low down dirty dog for that. Like
The-
I've always thought she was one, but even more so now because and then she was holding her thumb over what PK had said while
yeah,
showing Hero.
baby. Sasuke, you better be a detective. I know that's right. I acknowledge that. Like, I noticed that too. I was like, this is a weird thing because she said all we share are memes. And in the picture or like whatever she showed her, there was a lot of conversation going on up there. I
It
was like,
was, and I shouldn't see nothing but a meme laughing emoji.
I don't see
Meme,
any picture. I don't see
yeah.
any picture. Um, so yeah, like you said, Danny, Kyle says that she doesn't know about marriage. She says her kids don't want to see her like in bed crying. And the ladies um do point out, and this is what I love about Sutton and Garcelle both, because they're not letting Kyle breathe. Like most people be like, absolutely, Kyle, you're sitting around crying. But they're both are like, well, girl, y'all are moving at a snail's pace. Weren't you just FaceTiming that man 2 days ago? Like you talk to him all the time. Garcelle remarks that like everybody's separation or divorce goes at a different pace, but Kyle and Mo seem to not know what direction they're headed or even know what they want to do. And I'm appreciating Sutton and Garcelle as the only two bitches on this cast who are keeping it real and keeping it honest about what the other ladies are trying to hide. We've said
Eric,
multiple
her
times
professional Garcelle say the shit that I want to say, but I just
that's
don't.
true. I forgot that. And that's why she fake. But it's one of those things we have said for as long as we've been recapping the show. Kyle is the master manipulator when it comes to edit. Like she controls what gets out. She talks about what is being talked about. We
Well,
saw
she ain't
when
doing a good job this season.
because we've got Sutton and Garcelle who had their little preseason meeting was like, all right, bitch,
And normally she has
this is what
Dorit
we got.
backing her
And
producing
Dorit
up.
is not doing that. If anything, Dorit's making her look worse, and I love
Dorit
that for
is
me.
not being her production assistant.
Um, So this is the scene where, Garcelle then tells her, like, girl, we're too old to be doing whatever. Like, you be who you are. Be you. If you want to be a lesbo, be a lesbo. And I cackled, bitch.
Kyle looked like she
Because
blushed.
Kyle, it was Sutton's reaction. Sutton said,
And Erica like
Erica, like, well, you're a lesbian. I don't know what to tell you.
Erica's face was like, well, shit.
Well, shit, I can't say anything about that. We saw you dyking last year. Um,
My God.
Erica, in a bid to change the subject, is like, hey, Dorit thinks you're texting PK. And I'm like, oh God, any other subject, not this. Kyle immediately starts rambling. Absolutely not. Um, but what I found interesting in this, if you were to accuse me of being inappropriate with someone you were dating, someone you were married to, my first reaction would be, Danny, no matter what place that we are in, I would never do that to you. Not doing that to you. We were friends. This is what we text. End of story. I swear to you. Kyle immediately was like, no, 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 no. I'm tired of having to defend who I text. I'm a grown adult. I'll never show my phone to somebody. Let me show y'all what we texted. So she immediately, like you said, pulls out the screenshot or whatever it was. And I'm sitting there like, Kyle, this, you feel guilty. Like Bo said, hit dogs holler. You feel like whether or not it was innocuous text, I don't believe her and PK are doing anything foul. I don't believe that.
I don't believe,
I think that
I believe they're both gossiping and venting about Dorit.
about absolutely. That's what I believe.
That's wrong.
Kyle don't want to sleep with that man. Nobody wants to sleep with that man. Dorit doesn't want to sleep with that man. But they absolutely talk shit about Dorit in that text. And for that, absolutely, Kyle is wrong. She ends this by saying, I don't want to repair anything with Dorit now. She keeps accusing me of blah, 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 blah. My favorite reaction was just Garcelle and Sutton looking at each other from across the table. Sutton said, I said, absolutely, bitch. This is great. What do you got to say on this?
Well, so I do want to, Sean, let me put this comment up. Sean said Dorit was fine with the texting for years. Now she wants to be mad now. And I think it's different now. So I think Dorit has to be mad now because we're arguing. We're almost not friends. You're texting with somebody who I might be getting a divorce, but that should stop. There's no reason for y'all to be communicating right now unless the obvious that we know what's happening. Y'all are trashing me. And
yeah,
the thing, Dorit lies a lot to me, but she was very honest
to everybody else too.
But she was very honest in what she said to Kyle. PK is unpredictable right now. I don't know what he'll say to you.
Yeah.
So
my thing is like, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so it's just, it's easy. And when Kyle was like, I'm gonna show y'all because I don't have to show anyone my phone, blah blah blah. That's the comment of a guilty person to me. That's number one.
Yeah.
First, be like, I shouldn't have to show you my phone, yada yada yada, and she should have seen and noticed from the girl's reaction when she read that text to them that they all knew they weren't okay with it too. Everybody was quiet and looking like,
yeah. I mean, they also told her, like, girl, we would feel a certain way too. Like, when you have everybody that you know in your circle telling you, like, no, I would not like that. Like, you're still trying to defend your thing. And I get it. Like, it's the girl code, right? Or the gay code. It's like, if I break up with somebody, I'm sorry, even if y'all are friends, you got to give them some space. Like, understand where I'm coming from. Even if we're not
friends, we're not friends.
Yes, if you ever had affection for me, if we ever were friends, you would know that this is not cool. Now, it wouldn't be like if it's one of those things of just like PK and I are friends for years, and you and PK had an amicable split. You just decided to go your own ways. Like I can understand, like that's my friend. I'm still going to respect you and respect your wishes. That's different. PK and Dorit are not getting along. You were not friends with PK. Your husband was friends.
It's funny. So if we go by what Kyle says, and she says that her and Dorit were never friends like that, then it seems like Kyle's friendship was with PK and not Dorit.
And that's not the case because PK's friendship was with Mo. Mm-hmm. It wasn't with you, Kyle. We never saw PK and Kyle hanging out. Never saw them have like a conversation or anything. So like it's this whole thing. Like this is the what the horse that Kyle is trying to hitch her wagon to try to paint Dorit as like unreasonable. Like this,
and it ain't working.
This is the hill Dorit has been unreasonable for years. and you think this is the thing that you're going to argue, I don't like it. All right, guys, we are at the tail end of the review. So before we go ahead and do that, Danny, could you go ahead and put the link up for some callers?
And
As you guys know, if this is your first time watching, we put a link in the chat so y'all can call in, give us your own feedback on the episode, tell us whose side you're
it's
on.
60 seconds or less.
We strive so hard to be impartial here, but
60
don't be
seconds
on the
left, baby. So don't waste
don't be
your time.
on the wrong side of history.
Just get on and say what you gotta say.
I need to eat dinner, so let me go get my pizza in peace. I'm gonna go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Hello.
So finally, production sees that the two black girls haven't had a scene together and they need to get together. And I'm like, thank you. I need more of this because there's no reason why Bose should be hanging out with Dorit this much. So it's Garcelle's turn to check into Bose, and she brings food instead of flowers, to which Bose was like, oh, thank everybody's been bringing flowers and I don't want that shit. I genuinely enjoy the two of them together. I think looking at them interact, they both very much were like, we don't get an opportunity to, like, this is crazy. Like, we don't get an opportunity to hang out. And I agree. I enjoy this. We said this at the top of the year. I think Chase said it like, I need these girls to hang out a little bit. I don't need them just to be Dorit.
Well, we saw what Chase really said. We haven't seen her hang out with anyone outside of Dorit. So we got to see it with
without
two people
Dorit being there.
They Bravo must have heard Chase and put it in and re-edited the scenes, the episode.
Chase's power. I love it. Garcelle says it's because Dorit is an embryo inside Bose's coochie. And I'm like, oh. While I agree, like Garcelle, I wish you would just come out and say, hey, I don't care for that girl. I'm never going to care for that girl. Nobody would bemoan you because, frankly, you guys know the feedback that we've given on the treatment that Garcelle has received from these ladies over the past couple of seasons. I would not fault Garcelle if she came out saying, we ain't never going to be right. And I'm tired of pretending like we're going to be right. It's going to be up every time I see this girl. Bose did not like that comment. Bose was like, oh, this is weird. This is childish. This is blah, blah. I want Bose just to be able to form friendships with other people. Again, if somebody is telling you something about somebody that you just met 3 months ago, I'm going to ask follow-up questions like, yo, what's going on? Why do you feel this way? Because now it's not just Garcelle, it's not just Sutton, it's 3 to 4 people on this cast that have an issue with this lady. Garcelle does go in and give a little more background on Kyle and Dorit's situation, not on hers. And I'm like, you missed a golden opportunity right here. She does tell Bose that all the stuff that she's seen has been years in the making and it's festering. Then she could not wait to tell Bose that Kyle read the text to PK. And just a couple of days before, Kyle tried to read the text to Bose. And so Bose is immediately like, oh God, what happened? Garcelle is fully messy producer mode. I'm enjoying it. She says immediately, I'm going to paraphrase here, but Kyle says, I promise I won't ever repeat anything that was said in this. And I'm like, you make that sound 10 times worse than what it was, but absolutely, I'll allow it. Bose is shocked. Again, Bose has been one of the main ones that has said, like, I would not like if this was happening. I don't like this. She says Kyle, in her confession, she said Kyle isn't a real friend. She now is looking at Kyle in a different way because she says she presented something one way. Come to find out, it's a completely different thing. Garcelle and Sutton, thank you so much for scripting out a season that is keeping us entertained. We end the scene and the episode with Bose asking Garcelle who's going to tell Dorit. Garcelle looks a little like, it obviously cannot be me. And Bose was like, yeah, it's going to be you. You are. And that's how we end the show. What did you feel about this?
I enjoyed it. But I'm going to stop complaining about Bose and Dorit because this season proved to me that Bose is very much, it ain't changing over here. I'm riding for her and that's it. So I'm just going to give up on that.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that's what it is. You can say anything you want, but for some reason, it's not changing over there.
So I'm done commenting on it. I mean, I'm probably lying. I'm probably going to comment again next time. But, for now, we're at the end of the episode. I'm done with it. But I will say that I'm still enjoying Bose, even though I think she's on the wrong, on the wrong team as far as I'm concerned, based on who I like on the show. I'm still enjoying her.
Yep.
She's still entertaining. I like seeing her scenes. I'm seeing opulence when I see her. I'm seeing all the things that I think should be a Beverly Hills housewife.
Yes.
So
She hasn't done anything for me to get off the Bose train. She just, I want her to do better. I
yeah,
want her
and I
to see
like that
better.
we're still seeing a good amount of her actual life too, and what she's dealing with, and what she's, doing. And again, it's still very sad that she lost her home in the LA fires. Well, even though people can say she has a bunch,
Yeah.
that it's still sad when someone, loses a home, because I'm sure she had
Yeah.
memories. There are all those things, and I also, to me, like even when they're making the comments about rich people losing their homes, how we shouldn't worry because they have the money. I don't just think it affects them, because a lot of people
Yeah.
have housekeepers, every people that work for them that depend on that, and they're
Yeah.
not work too. So, I think about all those things. So I just,
Yeah. Particularly after hearing how, like, in the show, she talked about that home. She talked
mhm,
about this was her. She
her
worked
dream.
her ass off for it. She, pulled herself up. She busted her ass in the, professional corporate America, rose to the top, was the first Black woman CEO, CFO, like all of the stuff. Um, you know, Rich people can be insufferable. But at the end of the day, if we had that money, we would spend it the same way, and nobody deserves to like
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
have
think the
that happen.
sentiment and feeling of achievement is any different than when my parents bought their home. They were proud and valued what they bought, and I think it's the same for her. It might not have been the same,
Absolutely.
cost wise, but it's still something that they worked hard for.
Yeah, and Bose has given me no reason to think. I mean, from what we've seen, she's nice to people. She treats people with kindness. She's got a good head on her
Hmm.
shoulders. Most of the time after a housewife comes on,
We would have
there
heard
is
rumors, and
dirt that's drug. We remember last year Anne Marie, before the lady even debuted an episode, there was already tweets and political standings that the lady never stood a chance. There's absolutely nothing on the lady. So if the worst thing I can say about you is you're friends with Dorit, oh, okay, girl. But you're good in my book. Like you're a good
yeah.
person. So like nobody deserves that. So prayers out to her and everybody else. But
And I have to remember, you're friends with Dorit, and yes, not my favorite thing, but I'm also on Dorit's side versus Kyle. So
a broken clock is right twice a day, and this is Dorit's
she
second
ain't
time
really
being right today.
on her
We have
side.
to wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow. Yes, Sasuke. I felt bad for everybody who lost their home except what's his name? James Woods. He took every chance he could get to bash Kamala during the election. He has spewed vile, racist, hateful things, absolutely pro-Trump, ridiculous propaganda. So James Woods, you can choke, and I hope the insurance company declines your claim. You and your fake teeth and your receding hairline. Have a blessed day. All right. Do we have any people calling in to give us
We
their
do
feedback,
have
Kay?
one. Let me bring them on in the room.
Hey,
Hi,
Lisa.
how
Hey,
y'all guys doing on this beautiful Wednesday?
good to you.
Also,
Good here.
I'll send all the prayers out to California, and
Absolutely.
what's going on down there. You said something's going personal going on with Chase. He's sending my prayers and love to him too.
Amen.
So
Love
we
it.
just
We'll let him
we
know.
just right there. So let's go. Let's get started. I don't know why y'all keep riding with those witches for. Child, those witches, Sutton and Garcelle. Oh, child, get on my nerve, baby doll. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why these girls don't really want, I'm just let's keep it real. I said keep it real in my book. The reason why these girls really don't come to Garcelle because she gonna use the waist card at them. And they ain't got done nobody got time for all of that. And y'all remember, I believe the producers used Sudden to bring Bose in. That's what they did. That's what they do. They find somebody on the cast. They said, "Well, would you bring her in?" And Sutton said, "Yeah, I'll bring her in." You know what I'm saying? So I don't think her and Sutton got in that kind of relationship where they just buddy like that. Okay, I believe the producers told her, "Yeah, you gonna be the one to bring her in." Okay, and they at your party. Okay, cause I mean, like she said, I'm like she said. I'm like Bo said, now you telling me that I'm like Bo said told Kyle, you telling me that Dorit didn't tell you nothing.
Mm.
And like 5 minutes, me, she told me she wasn't getting divorced. So that's some lies right there. I mean, the Broadway lies, girl. And I don't know why, girl. I know I'm like Erica. Why is he two other witches coming in my house for? Y'all know y'all don't like me like that. Y'all gonna throw me a Chuck E. Cheese party? I said, girl, no, 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 no. But no, no, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jamie. How much I love you. I'm on the weak side. I think this divorce make her open her eyes up, and
Mm-hmm.
now she can start
Well, I'm
taking.
on Dorit's side for this too.
Hold on, there's only one man in there. I believe what the problem of this. I think this divorce opened my eyes up, and she getting tired of taking everybody's bull. When you sit there and take a some, cause sometimes I get like that too. When I'm pussy in the corner, I just sit back and I just like, okay, I'm about to come out fight now and let y'all know how I really feel, okay? Cause y'all just get on my last nerve. I think Kyle getting on her last nerve. Sutton really hit that nerve. Like you just told me on the boat. You just told me on the boat, if I needed you, you'll be my friend. Now say you want to turn everything back around up on me. Nah, it ain't gonna be like that. I'm sorry. Girl, these girls
I'm
is
glad
getting
you
on.
brought that up.
It's not. I'm for real. These two witches got on my nerve. They can't play like that. Everybody friends. Now, don't know. You know you don't like the week, girl. Get off of Garcelle. You know you don't like the week. Okay. You want to put boldness. Say, girl, this ain't what it's all about. But I cannot wait until next week until all the mess out. They gonna have Cal putting her shades running like a
Yeah,
goat to the car. And you
Kyle
know,
loves to run.
cause I'm gonna say these producers had me scared. Cause I remember, it must have been something happened. I believe that we take that scene because even Erica said on what's happening live that glasses got thrown, and I believe they redid that scene because you could hear the glasses breaking
Mm-hmm.
because the cameras went down.
Release
I'm for real.
song pop
If you
version.
go back and you go back and you go back and you watch. You go back and you watch Elka did say on the show, I never thought that'll be us
Yeah.
doing it. And I believe we shot that scene, that we shot that scene, said now y'all Beverly Hills Housewives, y'all can be doing this. And that's why I truly believe because Elka said and Elka did say, I'm gonna tell y'all something, y'all need to watch the after show.
Yeah.
Girl, Bose be going in. I'm loving the after show. I really do. Go
Yeah.
watch the after show. Like I
We'll
said,
go do that.
I'm
Lisa,
them two wishing need to go sit down some darn well,
thank you
and
so much.
go get them a man. They need to go get them a man. That's what they need to do. Go get
Okay. Don't
go get
all of
them a
us.
man.
Every single person on that cast needs to, because ain't none of them got anybody.
Well, they
All
ain't got
right,
nobody no
Lisa.
more,
Thank you.
no
All
child,
right.
ain't got no more, no more. But I love
Thank you,
y'all.
Lisa.
I
Lisa.
will see y'all tomorrow
All right,
from other
baby.
show.
Bye.
Love.
I'm actually glad she brought up the oh shit, what she bring up?
The
God,
race
I
car.
forgot. Well, but oh my god, hold on, it's gonna come to me. Somebody else. Do we have
I get
anybody else?
annoyed when people are saying that she's using a race card when, if you're not there experiencing what she's experiencing, you don't really have a right to speak on it. Let's say that she's
Yeah.
using a card because you're not feeling
Oh,
her exact experience.
I want to address because I wasn't being able to get on this when Bose directed Sutton to say you are weaponizing what she told you in confidence. It's not what weaponizing means. Sutton did not weaponize because Sutton did not repeat anything that Dorit told her. What Sutton said while she was getting yelled at was, "Baby, you're not mad at me. You're mad at your life right now." Erica told Dorit that earlier in the episode while they were shopping. Dorit admitted that she responds because she's angry at what's going on. That's not what weaponizing means. And I love me some Bose, and you can disagree with Sutton bringing that up, but that's not what weaponizing means. Dorit has been deflecting. She's been yelling at everybody. I can assume that I can agree that she's mad with Kyle, but even Kyle is probably getting some of that residual anger that she
Mm-hmm.
wants to direct at PK, but she can't. So all of these
She's
people
not
saying
answering calls
Sutton,
no more.
Yeah, all these people saying Sutton is hitting low blows and doing this. Baby, if somebody is screaming at me when I'm just like over here, like you're not mad at me. This is displaced anger. You are displacing your emotions and you are projecting. And I'm not Beyonce. I'm not going to be your projector. Like, I need you to go talk to your husband that left you to go get some new teeth. Like, you're mad at something that is not in my control. That's just honesty. So I don't agree that they play the race card because, frankly, if I was, Garcelle, I'd be throwing that bitch down like a draw four every
Oh
single
no,
chance I
like
got.
I'm playing Spanish
Boom. Shut
now.
up, Dorit. Boom. Shut up. um, so yeah. So if we don't have any other callers,
We
thank you
don't.
guys. Y'all up in this chat, really chitting that chat, and I love that. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Sass K, Amanda K, Sean, Priya, we got our caller, Lovable Lisa. Who else do we got in here? MJ, I saw some messages from her.
There was another person that's kind
Shonique,
of like, yeah, that Shanique. MJ was in there. Yep.
yes. Um,
Our caller from last week must still be on her
well,
code. Her
listen,
co-medicine.
that's
She
not
did
what
not
she
back.
said. That's not what she said. She did not say she's weaponizing her vulnerability. She said she was telling you something in confidence. You're weaponizing what she told you. She then
I am
added
missing our
weaponizing her
caller,
vulnerability.
Jamie. I'm missing our caller last week. That she must still be on that cold medicine sleep, baby.
I heard y'all cutting up about it, and it's a
It was
mess.
all love. I want her
It's
back.
a mess. Um, I appreciate everybody here. You guys know that we like to cut up. It's all love. It's all respect. Some of these ladies get on our nerves more than others. All I can say is every episode I'm muttering to myself at one time or another. Couldn't be me. Won't be me.
Sure.
So thank you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Again, tomorrow we are doing the finale of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Our lean group chat is popping off. People are saying that it is a fantastic episode. I'm gonna have to watch it tomorrow and take notes to be able to bring
I'm
you guys.
watching it right
Danny,
after Watch What Happened Live.
listen, I gotta eat. I'm so hungry. Danny, thank you so much for joining me, babe. I'm very,
Thank
very
you
excited. I
for
can't wait to see you.
having me. All right, darling. Well, we have a good night.
Not I choke. Oh my God.
That means you're talking to me. Just go eat.
Here we go. Guys, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My God. We will talk
We
to you
out.
guys tomorrow.
We leaning out. Bye bye.